Hi guys, Nicholas Johnson here. Today I wanted to look at something that we say quite regularly, a phrase that a lot of people say a lot of the time, and look at what's wrong with it and offer an alternative. It's kind of a language tip, thinking tip. The phrase is, so-and-so stresses me out, or such and such stresses me out. You know, my boss stresses me out, my money situation stresses me out, my girlfriend stresses me out, my husband stresses me out, my job stresses me out, my mom stresses me out, my neighbors stresses me out, the grocery store stresses me out, the traffic stresses me out. Whatever it is you were saying, someone or something stresses us out. And I'm going to say, nope. The only thing that can stress you out is you. You stress yourself out. More specifically, the way you're thinking about that person or that situation or that event or that thing is what stresses you out. Okay, let me explain. Let me just also back up for a second and say what I'm offering here is not the truth. I'm not claiming that I know better than everybody else. Of course, I think I do. That's why I believe this. But seriously, I'm not claiming the truth. I'm offering a point of view. I'm offering a way to think about these topics, or this topic, in the hope that it helps you live a more fulfilled, more joyful, happier life. And the root of this is that the way we talk about things shapes the way we think about things. And so if you change your words, you can change your emotional state. You can use language that makes you less happy, or what I'm offering, hopefully with this thing, is use language that makes you more happy, more empowered, more successful, more joyful, more laughs and less stress. Okay? So when you say, you know, my mom or my boss or the traffic or the stresses me out, what's happening? You are blaming that other thing for what's happening to you. You're saying, like, my boss or the thing I'm blaming, the person I'm blaming, has the power to shape my emotional state. That's giving away a lot of your power. And that's probably not a good thing, because we like to have personal power. And so it's about taking responsibility. If you take responsibility. Now, also the other thing is, well, if you asked a biologist or a chemist or a psychologist, okay, well, how does that work? How does traffic, show me the mechanism by which traffic, or your boss or your mom or your spouse or your kid or whatever, your money, how does that change your stress? We all know what stress feels like, right? That's like, we feel anxious, we feel tight, we feel preoccupied, like it's not a pleasant feeling. If you ask, what does stress feel like? Well, that can manifest itself in a whole bunch of ways. So how do you translate that other situation into making you feel that way? Another way we know that stress is not the event or the person is not making you feel that way, is not stressing you out, is that the same stimulus, the same thing, the same event, the same person, the same situation on someone else might make them happy. A kid. Say, oh man, I was going to have a picnic today in the rain. It's going to rain and that's stressing me out. Well, how about a kid? Would a kid be stressed out? No, a kid would love it. Kids don't care. They'll go play in the rain and splash. They'll think it's an adventure. They want to go out and play in the rain. They don't get stressed out. So it's not the event that's stressing us out. It's the way we're thinking about the event. So the first step is to recognize that, and to take responsibility for my emotions. The only person that has control over my emotions is me. Now, I know also in reality, we're not always perfect at this. God knows I'm not. But okay, so the first thing is to recognize that we have a say in the matter. You have a say in the matter of determining your emotional state. You have a say in the matter of determining your anxiety. And how many times have someone just changed the way you think about something, and it's changed your emotional state? So it's not the thing, it's what we're making our story about the thing. So how about first step is recognizing I'm making, not life is stressing me out, or the traffic is stressing me out, or the weather is stressing me out, or my job, or my boss, or my mom, or whatever. I'm stressing me out. The first step is acknowledging, or even not only acknowledging that you have responsibility, but taking responsibility. I'm stressing me out. And perhaps more specifically, the story I'm making about the traffic, the weather, the something is stressing me out. So change your story. The other wrinkle here, or layer of complexity here, is that often the reason you're stressed is not the reason you think you're stressed, or the reason you're angry is not the reason you think you're angry. You think it has to do with that thing, but often there's something deeper or higher related to it, and you're just blaming this thing, but that's not actually the thing that's stressing you out. We'll talk about that another time. But the first thing is just to acknowledge. Don't sit when you catch yourself saying the phrase, so and so or such and such is stressing me out, or I'm stressed out by my such and such or my so and so. Catch yourself, notice it. First of all, notice it and restate it. I'm stressing me out. My story about so and so or such and such is stressing me out. Or I'm stressing myself out with my story about so and so and such and such. We're having a picnic and it's raining, and I'm thinking, oh damn it, the picnic is spoiled. And I'm getting stressed out because I'm having a picnic or a barbecue and it's raining. Well, it's okay. We're going to have an amazing picnic. It's raining and we're still going to have an amazing picnic or barbecue, or we're just going to be inside and have pizza and have an amazing time together. So if your goal isn't really necessarily the barbecue, it's the community and the people you're inviting, and maybe you want to impress them. Okay, how about this? Oh, I'm stressed out by the traffic. I got to get out of the city. The traffic is stressing me out. Well, there's lots of people. It's just traffic. You're just in a car on the road, maybe moving at a lot below the speed limit, maybe not moving at all. That could be a very enjoyable experience. Again, back to the kid. Put on some nice music, listen to a nice podcast or a nice audiobook, or meditate, be in silence and notice the beautiful sky or the trees or the fields or the buildings. You have options other than to be, oh my God, I'm going to be late. The traffic's not right. You have options. So I want to remind you, you have options, reclaim your power. And when you catch yourself using this phrase, well, restate it. Don't use that phrase of so-and-so is stressing me out or such and such is stressing me out. It's just a little language tip that can, by change the way you think, by change the way we think, because I'm part of this too, I'm working through this too. When we change the way we speak, we change the way we think, we change the way we feel. Change your words, change your mindset, change your life. Thanks for watching.